Hi, how are you doing? So I guess for starters, I would like to explain how I go about making these videos. I have just been winging it. Basically what that means is that I'm receiving an intuitive nudge that I should sit down and do this, and just a vague idea about the topic. And from there, I'm just letting it flow and listening to whatever the message is coming through. So that's happening again this morning. And all I really know is that I would like to talk to you about an absolutely phenomenal experience that I had yesterday, without going into a lot of details about the experience itself, because it was part of a gallery reading. A gallery reading is a group mediumship reading where I stand in front of a group of people and I connect with whatever spirits on the other side are looking to come through. So I was doing that yesterday at the Central Kentucky Mystical Market in Lexington. I have been recently offering a free gallery reading on Sundays at 3 o'clock. So that's what I was doing. And I guess one thing to know about me is that I am a mother. I have 2 young adult children who are my absolute heart. And what that has meant for me in my mediumship journey is that I have found it very challenging to be the conduit to connect parents who have lost children with their children on the other side. The reason that it's tricky for me is because my mother heart just absolutely breaks for them. I am filled with grief and empathy, and that gets in the way of me receiving clear messages. I have tried, I've received pieces before, but it has not been my strong suit, simply because I'm kind of reduced to a pile of emotional goo when I hear from a parent that they've lost a child, because truly it has to be the hardest loss. And my heart, if this has happened to you, my heart absolutely goes out to you. So yesterday in the gallery reading, we had a beautiful connection right off the bat with a woman's grant, or her uncle came through, and it was fantastic. He was so powerful and coming through, and the connection was on, and the person receiving the message just kept saying yes, 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 and you could feel the energy in the room with everyone else there just growing, and the connection was building. It was beautiful, and I'm absolutely honored to be a conduit for that kind of connection. That lasted maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and then I had something come through, and immediately a woman sitting kind of in the center near the back burst into tears. And as I was trying to connect, the rest of what was coming through wasn't connecting for her. Like, it just, the people that were showing up is not who she thought when I heard the initial piece. And what it felt like to me is something that happens sometimes, and I laugh about it, but it does make it a little tricky when it happens in a reading, is that if spirits on the other side don't take turns and they start feeding me things through claircognizance, which is clear knowing, I can't always tell if I'm getting multiple people or if I'm getting someone chiming in on someone I'm already connected with. So I feel like that's what was happening. And so I backed up and I said to her, I know that who I'm connecting with is not who came through with that initial piece, and not who you want to hear from. I would like to know who it is you're hoping to hear from. Just tell me their first name and relationship to you. She said, my son, and then she said her son's name, which happens to be the same as my son's name. And I immediately was just reduced to a pile of tears, emotional goo, you name it. I'm standing in front of the group and I'm just thinking, uh-oh, now what? Because this is my kryptonite. So I said that to the group. I said, full disclosure, this is really tricky for me, and this is why it's tricky for me, but I'm going to do my best. So I was able to connect with her son, and it was really beautiful and really powerful. Everyone in the room was crying. It was intense. It felt like her son's message wasn't just for her, that it was meaningful to other people. And it was certainly meaningful and important to me because this work, from the beginning, the message I've received about it is it's all about surrender and trust. Because what I'm doing is clearing my mind, and I'm listening, and I am just relaying whatever's coming through, even if it seems silly, and a lot of times it does, and I'm just trusting them. So that was really powerful for me to know that my spirit team has my back, that I don't have to be concerned about my mother heart crumbling or bawling in the middle of a session. Yeah, it was incredible, powerful, intense, heartbreaking, but beautiful. So when I was riding back home, it's, an hour, 40 minutes, I felt like my heart had been blown open in an even deeper, bigger way than it has been before. And I was feeling moved to tears over the beauty of the trees, the beauty of the earth, the coming of spring, all these things that I naturally love and have gratitude for, but I was feeling it, and it was beautiful. And I then received an amazing message from the other side, someone on my team, I'm not clear who, that example in the reading of how my team had my back, how the universe was supporting me in order to be the conduit for this very important message. That is how the universe is supporting me and supporting all of us every day. And I've known for years that surrender and trust isn't just about my mediumship, that it is really key advice on how we live our life. But this lesson came to me and arrived with such potency that I felt it deeper in my bones yesterday. And I'm so grateful. I don't really have words for what this journey has been like for me. Primarily, I feel deeply humbled and incredibly grateful. And I feel as if, the song, This Little Light of Mine, there's a lot of wisdom in that song. And the saying, be the change that you wish to see in the world. True. And I feel like when we do our deep inner work, when we surrender, when we trust, when we align with and listen to our intuition and our team on the other side, or your higher self, whatever you want to call this guidance that you have, that we all have, that is how we're going to change this world. That's the key. When we change ourselves, right? We're all connected. We are one divine love consciousness. And when we are lit up and we are existing in love and in joy and in gratitude, and we are trusting, we're lighting up our part of this collective consciousness. And it's not something I can see how it's having an impact, but I know that it is. And so I'm really grateful to have this work where I get to practice surrendering, trusting. And I guess I would just like to offer you the same message. Be true to yourself. Listen to your intuition. One thing that I've learned over the past few years in my prayer work, in wanting to be of service, the message came to me that when I look at infinite possibilities, infinite timelines, all the choices we make changing where we are in our journey and what unfolds for us, I want to be aligned with my best and most brightly lit path. Always. And I feel like I know enough to know that I don't know what that is. I don't know what the best and most loving path is for everyone. And that's what I want. I want the best and most loving path for all of us. And that's my intention. That's my will. And the lesson that I learned a few years ago is that while I'm wanting that most loving solution for everyone, I need to remember that the most loving solution for everyone includes me. That if it is not a loving choice for me, then it's not the most loving solution for everyone. As a mother, as a woman, it's really easy for us to give, to take care, to be the caretaker. But we need to remember that if our goal truly is the most loving solution for everyone, that includes us. Like if we're aiming for that, the pinnacle, the most loving unfolding for all of us, then we need to include ourselves in that. And part of listening to that message and following my intuition is recognizing that surrendering and trusting the universe and surrendering and trusting my intuition is that best and most brightly lit path. So my wish for you is that your path be like how I have requested my path. In my prayers years ago, I would laugh and say, please make this path so brightly lit, like put some neon signs on it, put arrows, make sure I don't miss it because I'll miss it. And I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at spotting it, at feeling it, and the universe is making it really clear to me. So I encourage you to ask the same, light that baby up, and I wish you peace and love and joy and this deep knowing of just how connected we all are, and that when we do our own heart space work, that is how we are ultimately going to change the world, because light always shines away the darkness. Until next time, peace.